Cheese in the snowman, I make it wintertime. Heard the streets home.
Huh?
When it's dinner time, in the state patrol, they patrol the state. Cheese in the snowman, I patrol the way.
Brazil.
36 old for the 19.5.
Snowman back.
Yeah.
If he come out like this, man, that shit gonna be hard.
It's gotta be, bro. I mean, bro. Jay-Z comes so hard, bro. What was this song? Mixtape.
You with CTE? What's CTE? Not the NFL shit.
Hey, that's that corporate thug, B.
Yo,
CTE as a whole wasn't popping, but I mean, Jeezy was.
Jeezy was enough. Like, you don't know, like, he was the first guy that made you think Dope Boys was out here in suits for real, though. Him and Ghost. Him and Saint. That's Jeezy St. Patrick.
Oh, shit. You stupid.
Yo. That Ross just dropped. That Jeezy dropped the 23rd, right?
Yeah.
So, we talked about what we expected from Port of Miami, and I was wrong. I thought it was going to be a lot of green Gucci suit type records. And I'll introduce a part later, but I thought it was going to be a bunch of type of green Gucci suit, act the fool, upbeat type records.
Right.
And he gave me the Teflon Don mellow type music that I like with Summer Rain and White Linens and Maybach 6.
Summer Rain.
Like facts, though.
Rain. I mean, I liked it, bro. It was cool, man, but it just...
Did it meet expectations? That's the biggest thing.
No, I don't think so. I was expecting, start to finish, like, man, this is the greatest album ever. Like, not saying
Really?
that was, I mean, I was hoping for it. That's what you hope for all the time.
That anytime somebody drop is gonna be the greatest album ever?
Yeah, hopefully.
Some people ain't gonna give you that. Like,
I know that, but I'm just saying, like, when Kendrick dropped,
he's capable though.
Bro,
He's capable of giving you greatest album ever.
See, but I know that. But what I'm saying though is Ross could be too. I mean, it ain't necessarily he ain't doing it with no features or nothing like that, but he can put together 12 of your favorite songs, bro.
How many on there? I can't even remember. But Ross can though. He's done it
15?
in the past. He's done it in the past to where he could put together a great body of work.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we appreciate Ross because of his body of work. But I wasn't expecting greatest album ever. It didn't meet my expectations because I was expecting some bullshit. I actually liked it. Nationwide, you didn't give it great reviews.
Yeah,
stand on it. Stand on it.
Nah, I was expecting a banger. You know what I mean? I will say it has grown on me a little bit after I listened to it 5 or 6 times. Like you said, it's a lot of mellow music. Like I definitely thought he was gonna give us a couple club bangers because he always give you 1 or 2 of those club bangers on his albums.
9/11.
And then in terms of the Maybach music,
yeah.
I think that was the weakest Maybach music of the 6.
Wait. Why did you say that though?
Because Dage wasn't rapping on her.
You wanted Dage on there?
No, Dage wasn't on that. I wish Dage would have rapped on her the song that she was on. I didn't like Weezy verse. It was just one that's hard as the other ones to me.
He definitely should have chose Push's verse
For sure.
over Weezy for sure.
For sure.
But I just think it's the understanding that Wayne is not in a financial situation to where he's benefiting from his music right now. So I think it was more of those, let me just pay respects by keeping your verse because he could use it more than Pusha could.
So you saying he did him a favor?
I think he did Wayne a big
on,
favor.
man.
I mean, think about it. Carter 5, it came out and we gave it its respects, but we ain't putting it on nobody's list this year, 2019 albums.
True. I mean, but it was good though. It had a lot of good songs on it. I mean, yeah, that Wayne verse was not for me. Honestly, we talked about that on the way to Cincinnati. Like,
Right.
They just kept that shit. So I don't know, man. Honestly, my favorite song, at least beat wise, was that Nobody's Favorite with Gunplay.
I hate that song, to be honest.
Man, that song hit, bro.
I skip it too.
You serious?
But I think it's probably just when you listen to a song and where you listen to a song matters.
Hold on, just run it for me real quick. The beat come in so quick. I just need
Hold
to
on,
hear it.
wait. All right, I'll play it.
Yeah, just play it real quick.
Nationwide, say something. I'll pull it up.
Yo, but and then just I guess the sequencing of the way he put the album together, like the Act the Fool. That's not a banging ass. I thought if you he should have put fucking
that ain't it.
Right. He should make Go to Roses the intro.
Nah, you gotta put. You got to put Gold Roses at the end.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Why do you?
Because like
You start with Drake, you might as well cut the album
yeah,
off.
But
you don't want to start with Drake.
If you're gonna, you started with Drake by making that a single to begin with.
But that's the hook, though. That's the hook to get you to anticipate.
That's the draw. Yeah.
The draw, yeah.
But my point is, if you're gonna make that a single, you already started off with that, so it doesn't matter where it necessarily fall on the album.
Right. So just put it at the end.
And the thing about, but I wouldn't necessarily chose that as a single, but I'm saying, or as the intro, but in terms of the singles that he put out.
Hold on, that's right.
Bro, that gong in the background with the hard ass 808s, bro, in the front. It's simple, but it's just enough for me.
I will say I've always been one of those people that haven't ever appreciated Gunplay.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I mean,
I mean, he ain't trash.
No, he's not trash.
Yeah.
But I didn't say like Gunplay's verse was fire.
I thought
Nah,
she was about to grow your shit out.
I'm
Get
just
to slick him high.
Right.
Dreads going on.
But nah, I just saying that pretty much he that song I like the beat. I like the way they went on the track. So it was alright.
So I want to get y'all thoughts on Jeezy's or what you expect out of Jeezy's album here in a second. But let me introduce the show. Welcome back to the ITL podcast. I go by the name Johnny Will.
This is Nationwide Nate.
Cartier King cashing in.
And as always, thank y'all for tuning in to the Amateur Professionals. We're at 100 and I feel like 120,
18, 20, 118, something like that. It's
And
all running together at this point.
And I just realized the poverty that's going on with Nationwide. What is that, an iPhone 6, bro?
Yeah, man.
Like you set your shit right here on the table, and the screen resolution was a little tough.
I'm fine.
The poverty.
I'm cool.
Did you really? Is it a 6 for real?
No, I think it's a 7.
Okay, I was about to say
It's a 7.
If you got a 6, you definitely ain't wearing your dickies at the uniform day at school.
Nah, here.
Where your
French
dickies
toast
at?
guy.
Right, where your dickies at, dog?
It's a 7, but I ain't about to. I just don't feel like buying a new phone. And I mean, it's the same fucking software on it. I got the same operating system y'all got. Fuck Steve Jobs.
I don't know if you got the same operating system.
Nah.
I tell you though, the only reason that I ever upgrade any phone is because of memory. This motherfucker I got now is holding everything. So I doubt I upgrade for a minute because I'm finally able to keep all my messages.
Yeah, I got all my messages. But you know what? I think
I don't know if that's a good thing.
I think the main thing. I think the main thing is that you don't actually have music stored on it.
Right. That's true.
So obviously Apple Music,
LimeWire's over.
LimeWire, right? Spotify. We're not out here.
What was that app called? Zip file or something like that?
I mean, zip file is just the type of file.
No,
that
but it was
compresses.
an app though. Like you could put on your iPhone and actually download music and actually put it in your iTunes.
I don't know. I ain't done it so long because I was the one who put y'all on to it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's
yeah.
crazy. So, I don't even remember. But I mean, that's gone. I'm not sending out links to the group chat no more.
So Nationwide is dropping gems, and I want him to elaborate. Nationwide, please explain to our listeners
Where we going with this?
why the fact that keeping all your messages on your phone may not be a good thing.
I don't have to explain that.
Those that know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Are you like? I'm one of those people that like if I have a
good,
drunk
though.
night, I'll delete the previous night.
Man, you got to
like,
delete
this shit,
everything.
Right,
Delete
like
all
it's-
that shit.
It never happened. I don't know what I sent. I apologize.
But
it just never
for
happened.
real, like 9 out of 10, when you finally do get caught up, it's after the fact.
Not
like,
caught up, Nate. I'm just
No,
not that for me.
well, for you, but like when you finally do get caught up, it's like they find messages that you sent like 2 weeks ago. It's like, bro, I wasn't even texting her right now. Like, why are we keeping messages from 2 weeks ago, bro? Delete that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why you ain't upgraded yet. You want to keep deleting.
Yeah, man. I
Especially-
mean, right now in the mode that I'm in, I'm not worried about that. I don't have to.
Especially when you drunk. You don't know why you texting Deborah.
Deborah.
Deborah rang you out at Walgreens. All of a sudden, you trying to make it more than what it was.
He said, I want Deborah's cheeks.
So I was watching Mike Epps stand up, and he was talking about when you're arguing with your girl, and you call her and she ain't picking up the phone, and by the time you get to that third voicemail, then you're on the voicemail like, bitch, if you don't answer the phone, I'm gonna kill myself. Now, Corey, you ever fake death?
I ain't never got that far, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
You gotta let her know it's real by letting her know you gonna kill yourself.
See, but I ain't never necessarily had the issue where they wasn't answering the phone. You know what I'm saying? So I never really had to get to that point. Now, would I fake it out? You damn right I would. I come strong like, babe, I got shot.
I'm a pop all 12 of these goddamn pills unless you answer the phone.
Right. I swear they're in my mouth.
Pause. Now, I've been threatened to be killed for not answering the phone, but I wasn't answering the phone to be malicious. I just was out with probably one of y'all just drunk, and my phone died or something.
She said, blame it on the homie.
Right. Yeah, y'all always got to take the hit.
Boy, we've been taking left hooks and jabs for your ass since high school.
Baby, my charge over me, Charles.
Or you stupid. But, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Next one, you ever fake death?
Nah, man. I've never went that far.
What have you done?
I ain't done shit, to be honest.
What are you willing to do, you think?
Willing to do?
Yeah. Anybody ever fake death on you? That's a good question.
No one's ever faked death on me.
Okay.
Obviously, I got the occasional pop-ups.
Sam, you was catching pop-ups?
I'm not sure what I would do. Like, fuck them.
What?
No, let's reverse this. So make sure we're all clear. Fuck them if like you wouldn't fake death, or fuck them if they faking death. Like whatever happened.
I wouldn't fake death.
Okay.
Like,
Fuck them. Let them kill themselves. Fuck them.
Bruh, many moons ago,
Many moons.
Prior
I ain't
to-
never heard this one.
prior to 2000,
You must have heard this one at work.
well, many moons ago,
Yeah.
prior to 2009, I witnessed a nigga fake death while I was with the girl he was trying to call. Like, I was over there and he called her, and she wouldn't pick up the phone, obviously, because we were kicking it. And he left a voicemail. She played the voicemail out loud so I can hear it. And this nigga was like, I'm about to drive off the road right now. I lost it, bro, because I ain't never witnessed no shit like that. And that is just, and women, don't play the nigga's voicemail for everybody to hear. That was fucked up. I didn't need to hear that.
Nah, fuck that.
I didn't need to hear that.
He put the evidence out there.
But why did I need to hear it?
Why?
I was rolling then, but now I'm just like, yo, it's kind of fucked up.
First of all, why he leaving them voicemails? So that's where you started. You started the source. You gave her the ammo to play for another dude.
Because your hope is that she'll pick up the phone and be like, no, don't end it.
You shouldn't resort to that, bro. If you killing yourself, dog,
Fuck them.
fuck them.
No,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not ever stooping that low, personally.
But that, again, listeners, we're not insensitive to suicidal thoughts, because it's real for some people. So if you're really thinking about it, obviously you want to, pick up the phone for somebody you care about and be like, yo, don't do it. But we're talking about the instance to where you're faking killing yourself because you just want to get the person that you're trying to holler at to pick up the phone.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a new low.
That's all time low for real. Like, I've never stooping that low. Like, the most I've done was hit a chick phone up, like hit her with like 6-7 calls, like back to back to back. That's the most. I did that shit one time, but that's after the fact that we had seen each other that night and we had came to the agreement, or like that we was linking up, after the party or whatever. So it's after the party.
He said I was chasing that ass.
Wait. So time out, because I don't want you to go creep status. Was this somebody that you've already been dealing with?
Yeah. No. That's somebody I already been dealing with.
I didn't know whether it was somebody you just met.
No. That's somebody I already been dealing with.
He just
so.
got the number.
And you like, bitch, I done brought you 6 Nouveaus.
Right. Hey, you coming back to the crib tonight.
We was beyond that point. So we had communicated that we was linking up at the end of the night, and
so now you harder than Chinese arithmetic.
She got missing on me. So I'm like, where the fuck you at? So I'm hitting her up. Eventually, I just said fuck it and kept it pushing. It came back in my favor, like down the road, but it was good. It was cool.
It was good.
It was cool.
Was it moist?
It was cool.
Damn, I lost my train of thought on another follow-up question I had.
Was it good?
All right, so you said fuck. I had a good one too. We'll keep it rolling. Would I fake a suicide? Probably not. Like, not especially now. I love myself, man. I don't know if I can go to where I'm about to off myself.
It ain't happening.
Nah, man. It can't happen, bro. It's just not. It's not cool.
Damn, I had a good one. Fuck.
Just let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
Let it go.
I'll come back to it. Black excellence. Black
Yeah.
excellence this week is real special
Clap it up.
to us. Let's clap it up. I'm gonna clap it up on the mic because this is a classmate of ours. All three of us went to high school.
06.
With this individual. Graduated class of 2006. Miss Desiree Timms. She graduated from UC, got a law degree from Xavier, or is it the other way around?
She graduated from Xavier, got a law degree from Georgetown.
From Georgetown, okay. So
He had it
she
all
has
mixed
just announced today that she is
running for Congress. That is
Shout
major.
out to Desiree.
Shout out to Desi.
Shout out to Desi.
Shout out to the Cheerios got 1,000 points today, man.
Exactly. You only gonna give him 1,000 for that?
I mean, I thought we give him 1,000-point increments. I thought that was standard.
But this one is major.
Yeah, that's major.
So what? 2,000?
Major.
Let's
Double it up. We gotta double it up. 2,000 points, man.
Because when I first saw that she announced candidacy, I said, "Damn, we old now to where we got political friends."
Yeah, we vintage. Now you know what
But
else
this was a major achievement to even be in a situation to announce, though.
100%. I'm super happy for her. Super dope that she can put herself in this position to even do this. But what was funny was like she was like, I'm doing this at 10 a.m. I'm thinking like, who the hell ain't at work? Like, who was there? But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because our
true.
whole group chat, we was talking about it, saying like, I was about to be like, if anybody can go, because I seen it pretty early, go. But I was like, everybody at work.
Now, if Desiree, if you need a monitor, speaking of the group chat, if you need a monitor, we know. Holla at the mob. We know.
Holla at the mob. We got a monitor for you.
We got a monitor for you.
Monitor, not like a
Top flight
screen, a
security.
computer screen, like a person to monitor you, aka your secret service.
So once again, Nationwide, I don't know if you want to share a few words, but shout out to Desiree Timms. She's running for Congress for, come on, y'all,
State
give me
of Ohio.
State of Ohio. There you go, State of Ohio. So if you're in the state of Ohio and you listen to us, which is where majority of our listeners come from anyway, make sure y'all look up Desiree Timms and show her some love.
OH.
OHIO. Can she say that from Xavier? No? What'd they say? Only thing I know about Xavier is Drew Lavender.
What do you mean? Can they say that, bro? It's the state.
I get you.
Well, you
I'm
with
just
me?
fucking.
Yeah, slow down a little bit.
Anyways.
Your breath hot in the motherfucker. You just fogged up that whole glass.
It's his iPhone 7.
It's throwing your vibes off.
I'm hot than a motherfucker sitting next to that low screen resolution.
Hey, you is all hot.
Squinting and shit. Soup your shit up. Talking about you ain't never threatened to kill yourself. She gonna
Good,
tell you to
Black.
hang up with that damn Android.
I'm good, Black.
Anyways, what y'all want to talk about first? Anything? So, Nationwide.
Yo.
We were having a discussion before we cut on the mics about nepotism.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to explain, where you're going with this. Where did this topic come from?
And first, make sure you explain what nepotism is.
Nepotism is the practice of hiring your friends and family for different opportunities, whether it be a job, a contract, whatever. It's just using your power of influence to get them in positions that they may not have had without the resource or the network.
Gotcha.
So, just where I was going, I had just seen a meme going around of like where it was talking about how like
I just remember.
when we think.
just remembered.
Well, go ahead before we get into this.
Have you ever been petty enough to add your girl's friends? Like if y'all going through it, would you add her friends on social media?
No, I'm a private person.
Yo,
so.
like if you call 6-7 times, you gotta like if she ain't answering, you're not adding her friends to figure out what's going on.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm
Cartier?
private.
Cartier.
Yeah. But we was already friends. Hey, we was already
It's
friends.
girls' night and you.
Yeah.
I'm up in there.
What you want me to do?
All right, sorry. Go ahead with nepotism.
Yeah.
But nah, I was just like reading a meme or like a story online, whatever, to where it's talking about how white people get ahead, and they put their family members or their friends in positions that they're not necessarily qualified for, but we're gonna look out for them.
Right.
So I was thinking, like, is that something that as black people we need to start doing more?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I think since majority of the time, if you are successful in black, that means you primarily probably got it out the mud. So you hold on to those traditions and values. So whenever someone up under you is on the incline,
Up and come up.
yeah, you're thinking, I want them to get it out the mud just like me. But when I go to Forbes.com and I look at the top 40 millionaires under 40, I see the daughter of Samsung, the daughter of Sony, the son of this, the descendants of that. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, damn, none of them really got it out the mud. They all were given this money.
Right.
So I absolutely think as black people we should practice that. You know, obviously you want to teach the values that getting out the mud will teach you, because it'll teach you when you earn $1, you'll value that dollar, versus if it's given to me, I don't give a fuck. And we got examples of people that we know that don't give a fuck because money is given to them. So you definitely want that get it out the mud value that it brings. But I'm not working this hard so that my kids can work just as hard as me. I want to make it a little bit easier for them. I want their path to not have as many roadblocks or weeds that it has when I'm up and coming.
Right.
I would feel like I failed if they got to go through the same struggles that I got to go through. I'm trying to make it easier. So, yeah, I don't think nepotism is a bad thing. I think nepotism, if somebody is really qualified, then we need to start passing shit down and passing shit on.
I mean,
Go ahead.
nepotism is the base. Like, regardless of if you think it's good or bad, it's the basis of the corporate world.
Yeah.
We all know the saying. It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? So, pretty much, say you got a nephew. I ain't got no kids. Nate got Deuce. Say I'm in a position to put Deuce on a few years from now. You know what I'm saying? Get him on. He working. And then now Deuce is in a good position. So it's like you ain't just putting on your direct family. You putting on your people's kids, your people's cousins, your people's family, and looking out. Therefore, eventually, that's what happens in the white community too, is that, you know, you have all these people who was like, oh, I know your dad, you know. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give you an interview. You do all right job. I'm going to give you a shot, bring you on. And then I'm going to train you, you know, on the job training like a journeyman or something. So, pretty much, I think nepotism is the way of life. You know, that's pretty much, you got to do what you got to do to move your people forward. You just got to pretty much keep up with the Joneses.
Now, I will say, I understand why it's frowned upon and why it's a bad thing, because if I'm at a place and I'm putting in the work and I'm 10 years in and we're up for a promotion and the only reason I don't get it is because the boss has a son, then I understand why it's not technically allowed in a corporate setting,
Right?
Because you would hate to be passed over because of somebody has a relationship with the CEO and the owner. But
I mean, you
see
know,
in the sport, it happens all the time. But, yeah, all the time. Yeah.
And most places got rules, or I guess rules against nepotism. But it happens.
It don't matter. Them
Yeah,
rules don't
because
matter.
It don't matter because you can't prove that this motherfucker ain't qualified because he's my son.
But
Exactly.
even beyond that, it happens to where I'm gonna give him an opportunity, even though he's not qualified, because he is my son or a friend, a son of a close friend or a daughter of a close friend of mine.
I mean, it's
So
like
it's
the
just
rule.
like, at what point do it's like, all right, fuck it, we gonna do the same,
Well, and they get smart with it because you can create a position.
right?
You know, like, oh, you're the GM, but then I'm gonna name you head of basketball operations, and y'all work hand in hand together, type shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We got enough money to pay both of y'all. We good.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like the Rooney Rule. Rooney Rule was pretty much put in to prevent nepotism. Pretty much, the Rooney Rule is the NFL has to interview at least one African American or person of color, minority, for a head coaching job anytime that they hire a new head coach and a head coach was fired. You know, so yeah, they'll bring somebody in. Sometimes it's a lower level guy like that everybody in the NFL knows not getting a job. But then there's this whole debate of like, I shouldn't even take the interview if I know I ain't going to get it. And then you had the other side of saying, take the interview, get the experience, you'll know what to expect and what to bring to your real interview, you know, maybe next year or the year following. So I'm not sure exactly where I stand on that. But I'm leaning definitely towards take the interview and get the experience because you ain't got shit else to do. You know what I mean? Like
You
only
ain't got shit else to do.
you don't,
Facts.
bruh. You know what I mean? So
sometimes you don't.
and then at that point you may build a relationship with whoever the guy interviewing you was, and then they be like, "What you think about what?" Like you interviewed him. How was it? And he'd be like, "Oh, it was cool. He knew what he was talking about. He came prepared." And they'd be like, "All right, cool. Well, I'm probably gonna hire him then because he did do good that following year."
Now,
So
how do y'all feel about those type of situations as a whole, though? Whenever black people or black history is relegated to a requirement, such as the Rooney Rule or just a Black History Month, like
Or affirmative action.
yeah, to where it's a requirement. For the month of February, everybody's going to focus on black people.
I mean, for me, like, hopefully we get to a day to where we don't have to put in rules and regulations to force people to interview you or force opportunities. But I think they are necessary right now. I mean, when they implemented the Rooney Rule,
Do you
it's
think
like,
Black History Month is necessary?
I mean, I like Black History Month, but shit, it's Black 365 to me. Like, I wish as black people, like, fuck everybody else. I just wish as black people we celebrated our history all year round, not just during February.
see, but Nate, that's kind of like it's hard to celebrate breast cancer awareness 365. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying.
I mean, I don't necessarily mean
but-
celebrate, but recognize. Let's not post
Or learn about it.
or post and learn about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all the other civil rights activists and just historian or people that done historic things.
but that's
during
what.
that month.
But that's why we have like Black excellence. That's what we're doing for the people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, speaking of Martin Luther King, do y'all feel like he's fading out of the top 5?
Nah, hell
Because,
no.
like, how we were talking last
Never
week about Tupac is just getting lower and lower on the list.
Martin Luther King ain't gonna never fade.
So Martin Luther King, top 5 black activists.
He's number one forever.
No
I
more
mean,
forever.
to someone else get a date named after him, he's number one forever.
Okay, yeah. Commercially. But I'm just saying, like, the Nat Turners and stuff like that who seem to be up and coming. Do you feel like Martin Luther King is fading?
Nope.
Nah.
Like, I feel like Malcolm X is now starting to jump Martin Luther King a little bit.
No, he's not starting to.
Not to even compare. Sorry.
No, you're not to compare
Yeah,
because I mean, both of them done a lot of great things for our community. I don't think he's jumping Martin Luther King, but I just think what's happening in within our culture is we're starting to get a little more fight in us. Whereas like Martin Luther King was nonviolent, Malcolm X is about any means necessary. He was about like creating your own and things of that nature. I think that's what right now at this moment. I just think that's the
That's
mood
kind of where it is.
of our community right now.
And the reason why I asked that question, again, not to compare, but just for the content of the show, the reason why I asked that question is that I see a lot of shots taken at Martin Luther King because it is now, it's not new information, but now people are starting to say, well, he was a pastor and he had infidelity in his marriage. And they're starting to, and now that's starting to bubble up. So I'm like, are people starting to move Martin Luther King down the list because they're looking at, and again, it is the times, right? It is the times we start to bring up some shit you did in 93 and we try to hold you accountable for it today.
I mean, I'm not about to attack someone's, like, say what they did in their personal life and use that to erase all the accomplishments that they made for our community. Like, okay, yeah, he cheated on his wife. He obviously was wrong, and I'm pretty sure him and his wife had many conversations about that, but I'm not going to all of a sudden say.
I'm just trying to figure out
he ain't
who
worth
can
a
say it's
damn.
facts, though.
I mean,
Somebody wrote it somewhere, but does that make it true?
But not even facts or not facts. What it comes down to is, was she still with him? That's between them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
She's still
it
Coretta
ain't-
Scott King.
it ain't my damn business.
Right.
You know what I'm
it ain't
saying?
my-
And whatever he was doing over there ain't got shit to do with what he was doing over here when he was marching
Right.
all these people and
Right.
giving these awesome speeches and inspirations to vast communities. So it's like, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So don't let them blind you and get your attention like, hey, and smack you over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we can't let that happen.
And then if you just start digging up the skeletons of everyone, I mean, we have to, before, Malcolm X was Malcolm X. He was Little Red. You know what I
You're
mean?
right, Malcolm Little. Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
facts,
saying?
facts.
Little Red. And then just the whole nation of Islam. And Elijah Muhammad, he had, like 9 wives or kids by like 9 different women. Like, so we started digging for skeletons. I mean, we gonna go on forever trying to erase
And
people
then,
or knock people
like
down.
when you bring up the nonviolent versus being more aggressive or by any means necessary approach, that's a struggle too, because I feel like as black people we're always looked at as aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the nonviolent approach was like, look, I'm not always on the attacker end.
Yeah.
Like I'm a human being instead of just always somebody that's aggressive as fuck.
Oh yeah, I think that was a big part of his Martin Luther King's like movement and just teachings in general. He preached and stood by nonviolent even after the fact that they punched him in his face or sick dogs on him or hit him with the water hose. Like he was always nonviolent. But at some point in time, it's just like, we ain't gonna continue to go for this shit.
So we say all that to say, should black people practice nepotism?
Yeah, I don't know how we got all the way
We
to
didn't
that.
got deep.
Hey, should
But yeah, I believe so. I believe we should. Like, I don't think I necessarily need to dive deep after y'all already explained, but yeah, we definitely should.
So Devlin Carter, who's a black fashion designer, was on the Breakfast Club earlier this week, and he had some comments in regards to what he feels like is the biggest problem with black businesses. So I'm gonna play a clip. This is Devlin Carter on Breakfast
The
Club.
biggest threat to black-owned designers and black-owned businesses is black people.
Ooh, break that down.
For instance, I get a lot of celebrities hit me up. Like just recently, I'm not even going to say the dude's name because I'm not going to disrespect him, but he said, yo, I F with your brand. I love what you're doing. Yo, black-owned, I got your back. Send me some merch. Like, so I hit him back because one thing about me is I don't care how famous you are. Like, yo, and I told him, this is what I told him back, no disrespect. I said, listen, black-owned doesn't mean free. You know what I'm saying? So the problem with us is that, like you was asking the question, you was like, but what if a black-owned brand came out and he had the glasses and the quality was the same as what you have, right?
Yeah. He
the
make watches too?
I make everything. Everything I have on from head to toe, it's all me. Like I design watches, underwears, everywhere, socks, shoes, everything. Because one thing about me is I never wanted anybody to tell me like, you can't do that. The biggest.
So with his comments on the biggest threat are those that are saying that they appreciate your grind but want something free. What do y'all think of that? I can tell you personally, my brother's a barber. When he was going through barber school and then he graduated and he finally got to a shop. If you don't know this about barbers, they have to pay booth rent. They don't get a chair in the shop for free. So I'm talking to a old friend of mine, and he's like, how much you pay your brother for a haircut? And I'm like, I pay him the normal rate. I pay him 20.
Right, yeah.
And he like, 20? That's your brother. He should be damn near cutting you for free. I said, but if I'm supporting him, why would he cut me for free? And I know he got to pay booth rent. If that's my brother and I support him, I said I should damn near be paying him extra. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To support his grind. So I do kind of feel where he's coming from. Cartier, what do you think?
I mean, Devlin, I think he's on to something. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
as a black designer too,
bro, dudes always want to hook up. You know what I'm saying? They be like, yo, let me get 2 of them for one, or damn, 30 for a shirt. It's like, bro, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then you also have that.
And hang on, if you listen to the full interview, he also mentioned ain't nobody walking in Gucci like, yo, let me get that, because they see the value in it, but they don't see the value in the black business, so they like, yo, let me get that for free.
Exactly. So I feel kind of there's 2 ways, and it depends on what position your business is in. As a startup, up and coming, just started literally like, within a year or something like that, you do have a amount of money that you put aside for free merch. You know what I mean? Pretty much that merch is created with the sole purpose of promotion. You use that and you distribute that to popular people that's in the public eye, who have their own crowd and their own fan base, and you let them be seen in it. People see it, they be like, what's that? That's hot. I need that. Then they find it. I feel like millennials, if they want something, they will find that shit. So yeah, you definitely do that. Now this guy, Devlin, he's been established, I think, since like the 90s. He's been grinding. And in another part of the interview, he mentioned, in his shoes, he uses 100% leather. Now, what we were discussing prior to going live is you can actually use a synthetic blend with leather, and as long as you have 1%, you can call it leather.
Right.
So, you know, he definitely feels the way he feels is because he's using quality ingredients. He's putting the time and effort into it. Like he said, he's the designer behind all this stuff. He may not be the manufacturer, but he's putting the heart and soul into it and having it created for him and himself solely.
Now, at what point would you think he would need to separate emotion from his product?
At what point though? See,
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, like if you think about it, if I build my house with my bare hands, and an appraiser come in here and values it at $1 amount, I'm gonna look at him like he's crazy because I have emotion attached to it.
Yeah, you do. But you should never take all the emotion out because it is yours, and you need need the emotion to actually push it and make it work and make it be seen and explode. So, you just have to kind of you just don't let nobody disrespect your stuff, but you do have to understand that you have to ask why. Why is this my house valued at this? And then give you comparison, and then take his comparison with what you know and what you put into your own crib and say, you know, he's like, because the two houses next to yours are slightly bigger and they're this much. So I value yours at the exact same amount because you have a few more amenities. You know, and it's like, okay, I get it now. You know what I mean? So yeah. I think that's when you can take the emotion out of it.
Sorry. Generally speaking, what he
Dirty
said,
throat.
Right.
What he said makes sense. I agree with, pretty much everything he said in terms of, basically he's talking about the lack of support from black people. Whether it's just, I'm not supporting you, I'm gonna buy the name brand popular shit, or I want a discount, I want it for cheaper than what you value it at. So, and we see that often. We hear a lot of black business owners and entrepreneurs, talk about that, complain about that on a regular basis. So I agree with him on that. I think at the same time, you kind of have to, like, just because this is your brand and you think this shirt is worth $40, if you ain't selling it for $40, then you have to understand your supply and demand. Maybe that shirt to the people, to your customers ain't worth $40. If you're not moving them,
right.
Moving products.
Exactly.
Maybe you should drop it down at that point. Another thing, to speak specifically to the situation that he explained, where I don't agree with him not maybe giving them free merch. I understand, like, okay, yeah, I value my products. You're rich, you're famous, you should be able to pay for me like you would Gucci or Louis or et cetera. However, depending on who the famous person was, let's say hypothetically speaking, it was LeBron or Hope.
You mean Jay-Z or Hope?
Right. I'm happy.
No, LeBron.
He established two different people.
Two different people. But let's say
rare.
LeBron Hope. But let's say it's one of those. The number of eyes you're gonna see, like if they wear that shirt, put it on IG, social media, whatever, the number of eyes that's gonna be on that picture of them in your shirt is much more valuable than the $200-$300 that they was gonna pay for that shirt.
No, I 100% agree with that.
Did
But
Frank Lucas give samples?
Huh?
Did Frank Lucas give samples? I think so.
He's talking about drugs.
No, but I think so. I feel like
Blue Magic.
He's staying by it.
It's a brand name.
So,
but Nate, block my shit.
It's 100% alpaca. But it's easy to compare your shit to Gucci, or everyone wants to compare it to Gucci and Ralph and all this other shit. But they got years.
Ralph.
Well, let's talk about the importance
in the game. You know what I mean?
The importance or the value in exposure, right?
Because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So the value and exposure of giving you something for free. Meech talked about it's already in when he was, his designing company, it's already in the budget for the year.
Right.
Of we're getting ready to lose this money. This is what we're investing. This is what we got set aside for exposure.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he's used that budget, and then somebody hit him up.
One more shirt ain't shit to the right person. Now we're just talking about some IG model or some shit, or influencer. No, you gonna pay for my shit
This
if
is
you want.
the crazy
You know
shit
what I mean?
about influencers. Did you see that story about the IG influencer that got 2.8 million followers,
Yeah.
but couldn't get 13 people to show up for a birthday
That's
party?
funny. He bought them shits.
Damn.
Couldn't get 13 people to show up for a birthday party.
Yeah.
Got 2.8 million.
So
followers.
so in a situation like that, you gonna pay for my product if you want it. But certain celebrities like, hey, I'm gonna eat that cost because like them wearing my shit, putting it up on their IG, whatever, wearing it on stage at a concert. That's gonna be more valuable for me than the $200 that I would collect.
So in that point, and y'all gotta educate me and also the listeners. So at that point, if I'm giving you free merch, do you give it with some stipulations? Like, yo,
I would.
I'm going to give you this for no cost, but I need a photo.
I would. Yeah.
Sent to me so I can post, and I need a shout out.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, what if they don't?
Yeah, you can't.
Then
really
obviously,
make-
you know, it's nothing you can really do. I guess all that means is that they just don't get no more merch. So, you know, if that one shirt was worth it, buddy, go ahead. Do your thing.
In other news, did y'all see, Nate, this probably don't apply to you because we can probably hack that 7 now, that Apple is willing to pay $1 million to anybody that can hack an iPhone?
$1 million.
I'm sure there's a lot of people trying, but I ain't read that story.
Everybody's going to go after that $1 million, but I think Apple is just, instead of being hacked, they're like, let me go pay the criminal.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they doing.
But is the criminal making more than $1 million, you think?
Probably not.
If you're a hacker, they're a hacker?
I mean, it depends, bro. I mean, I don't know exactly how the black market works, but I mean, it's less dangerous. I would rather take $1 million on the legal side than probably go for, say, 2 or 3 million on the non-legal side.
I'm about to go make this $1 million, and I'm going to have everybody at Apple put their phones on the table, and I'm going to yell out Foot Locker 3 times. And I need them to pull up their phones and log into Facebook, and I bet a Foot Locker ad is on there.
Hey, bro. Man, listen, bro. All right. Speaking of that, I'm going to ask y'all this, and then I'm going to tell y'all what happened to me the other day. What is the strangest thing that you've been talking about that's popped up on your phone?
On the way up, before we start recording, Pizza Hut popped up on my shit. We was talking about Pizza Hut. I was like, where should I order from? Pizza Hut, Papa John's, or Casano's? I get on Facebook, they go Pizza Hut ad.
Nuts, bro. Nate?
Probably
Pornhub, X videos, Busty Mills.
I don't know. No, I had purchased like some fucking cashews from like our little C store at my job.
Cashews.
And then I go get on my phone and I see cashew ads, planners ads or whatever.
Okay, that's a good one. So, bruh, I was talking to one of my flag football refs about us playing football together, and then I was like, yo, bruh, I don't know why, but our shoulder pads back then was so huge, right? And then, bruh, I swear, 30 seconds later, bruh, I pull up my IG to show him a picture of us, and the very first ad was some shoulder pads, bro.
They out here stealing everything, bro.
Shoulder pads, dog. Why would they ever advertise? Why would I get shown some shoulder pads?
And not even shoulder pads in your suit jacket.
No,
Not
bro.
the blazer joints.
No, bro. I'm talking about big body,
Equipment.
all white and black shoulder pads like we used to rock.
Oklahoma drill shoulder pads.
Bang, bang. Taylor gang shoulder
Oh,
pads.
I mean, but the AI that they put in all the shit from phones to even your TV, like these smart TVs, to, computers, whatever, it's going to get to a point to where they can market. They know you exactly, and they know what to market you, what to sell you. It's going to get to a point to where damn near, like currently a lot of stores already got like where you can shop online. The people around the store go do it. No, they're going to already have your shit and know what you buy exactly, so where it's just come pick it up.
Well, I don't think the convenience thing like that is concerning. It's the concerning part is that we don't know what the hell they doing with the data other than that. Like if you drive, if you got an app on your phone and you drive by Walgreens right now, it'll say we see that you close stop in.
Mm-hmm.
Or come check out a sale we got today on our candy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, if that's what you're using it for, then I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
too
that's not a big deal, yeah.
Like cookies on the computer. Some people hate them motherfuckers.
I
Some
love
people
them.
love them because it's like, yo, make it convenient for me to browse.
Yep.
Like-
you ain't got to wait for nothing to load.
Right. I've been here before, so load my fucking page.
Yeah, it's like it's loading up the exact same stuff.
But if my cookies is going to TMZ,
Yeah, what fucked me up though is like, this was a while ago, but like when I get in my car at like 7:50 in the morning.
Don't tell
Like,
Your app, your phone.
Don't tell the people what time you leave your house, man.
Oh well, whatever.
But nah, it tell you
Jack
like
boys out
it pull it up like your directions to work.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? How you know I'm going to work right now?
26
You know
minutes
what I'm
from work.
saying?
Yeah.
So that, like that shit that fucked me
You
up.
know
The
where the
first,
fuck you going?
very first time I seen that shit, I'm like, yo, this shit is wild.
Did you take a different route?
No, but I'm like,
I ain't taking no orders.
like, I want to disable this shit though, because I don't like that.
I mean, but you know it's simple
But
math. I mean, it's just
repetition.
the normal, repetition. The normal work week is Monday through Friday.
Like, he don't want his phone knowing he had it to work.
No, bro, he don't want nobody.
The
his phone
stranger
or
shit is
nothing.
when you go to somewhere you never been and your Wi-Fi connects, and you like, yo, I ain't been before, so I thought. Yet I have typed in nothing and I'm connected.
That's what your girl would tell you. Huh?
Like, oh man, I've been here.
I don't know why my Wi-Fi connected.
Right.
You trying to type in a Wi-Fi, she approve your shit. You be like, why did pop up talking about? Do you want to allow Johnny to connect to the Wi-Fi?
When's the last time you been to Stride Right, bitch?
Right? The fuck? Pay less.
We ain't got no kids. Why you been to Stride Right?
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
But they got our data, and
Just deal with it, man. It's life, bro.
You gonna die anyway.
Damn. What that got to do with this?
I mean, fuck your data. You gonna die anyway.
What that got to do with this?
Do y'all think that people on death row should be put in the army?
No,
They might go kill our other
Yeah,
soldiers.
no.
Y'all think people on death row should go like be on the front line in the war?
no.
Why
Hell no.
not?
For what?
Because if you make it through the war, then you free. If
Nah.
you don't, you was gonna die anyway.
Nah. Thing is,
Nah,
bro,
for
you really discounting our soldiers. Like, bro, they animals, bro.
Facts, but everybody got six. Yeah, some people rollers to get 6 files. The people on death row can go get 6 files.
Nah, dog, nah. I understand you can go train them up, you know what I'm saying, to
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
soldiers. But nah, that's one of those things that it's not the last option. Like, we got people that want to go serve our country, and we lucky, you know, for that. So it's like
I feel like I'm happy now because if they ever bring the draft back, I think I'm past the age of the draft.
we
now.
out of there,
We out-
bitch.
we out of there. We ain't going.
But
We
Yeah,
3
bro.
years from diabetes.
eat a couple more frishes. Super big boys. We gonna be there.
Right.
But yeah, man, I don't think that they should. They should just get their meal, man, and keep it pushing.
I don't know why I was thinking about this shit, but remember when we was going on college tours?
Yeah.
See, you know, y'all can't relate because y'all ain't never stayed in the poverty-ass dorms that I did. But, like, when you were on those college tours and they were showing you the dorm rooms,
Yeah.
did you feel like that it was some bullshit you were signing up for? Like you just needed a college apartment ASAP?
At where was it? OU? We stayed at OU. I thought those was pretty. I mean, we was just super excited, bruh, just to be free. So I don't even think at the time we were paying attention to the conditions of these dorms they had us living in.
That is very true.
Hindsight 2020, that one we was at OU was trash.
Very true that we were so excited to be free because my dorm freshman year didn't even have carpet. But the fact that I had freedom and I didn't have to go home, I didn't have to go back to my own dorm room, I was proudly sleeping on a hardwood floor
Hey,
with a blanket. Like, give me a blanket and a pillow, nigga. I'm here.
that's crazy. See, yeah, and I mean that's just you value different things. Like you value your freedom more than having nice, comfy carpet, you know, or a nice couch to lay on, or to relax on when you get off work, or a comfy bed. So it's like, yeah, man. And when we was on those trips, we were drinking and shit. Shout out to whoever bought us that weak ass alcohol.
Shout out to underage drinking.
We don't condone underage drinking on this show.
Shout out to underage drinking.
Bro.
Shout
What's
out
that?
to the drive-throughs
What's
that
that
don't
shit
card,
called? What's it called when
Gin
it's
and juice?
Nah, when it's up. When you can talk about something.
The statute of
Statute of
limitations.
Statute of limitations is passed, baby. We can talk about this shit now.
Yeah,
But Yeah, bro. We was
Nate, we don't condone it.
these
Yeah, we don't condone it.
these random college tour guides had us drinking Popov or some shit, or Kamchatka, playing spoons with rubbing alcohol.
We gonna get you up in here,
bruh.
We gonna get you up in here.
It was fun. I don't really remember a lot of it. I was
inebriated for sure.
Inebriated, you know. That was the very first real hangover I've ever had at OU. So, you know, they say OU's a party school, and they proved that day. So, good for them. And that's why I didn't go there.
Yeah, like on our glimpse of college tour, I wasn't a drinker then, clearly, because we were underage. But to just walk into a party and they like, fuck it, y'all get a beer, high school. And they knew we were high school students.
Yeah.
Get them a beer. Now, was you supposed to be my roommate that time?
No, I didn't go to OU.
No, not OU, Wright State.
Glimpse of
Did we had the same guidance person?
I don't think so, because I didn't do no tours or nothing. No, I wasn't. I was supposed to be like, they was going to put me in the quad at first.
I'm about to say, because I know we didn't drink that night, but also the person that was supposed to be guiding us, it was a little suspect. So we like, we not drinking or staying in this room, period.
I do remember
I didn't
that.
do no college tours, though.
But my person was cool, so.
Yeah, I think we all went to your person.
Yeah, you all stayed with us, so. It was cool, man. I mean, that was a fun time, too. The party was lit. Where we was at? Forest Lane.
Yeah, we went to Forest Lane, and then the one where they threw us a beer was like a white frat.
Yeah,
party.
yeah, that was lit.
That was when I first had a Milwaukee's Best.
Hey, you like, this mug is so refreshing.
Right.
And now you like, bruh, I ain't about to drink no Beast.
No fucking Beast.
What is you on?
What a natty light at?
He said that's a step up.
Right.
Hey, bruh.
That's the Adobe's beer.
Now check this out. Back when we was like eating PPF and shit, and
what's PPF?
Poor people food.
Okay.
Ramen noodles and shit. So
Shit, speak for yourself.
You still eat them?
Nah, I don't.
I was about to say.
I never did.
I'm just saying.
You
Okay.
never microwave no bacon?
That's not PPF. That's just a form of cooking, boy.
Okay.
All right, but look, back then, dude, I used to be like, look, I'm gonna try to
topic.
Okay, I'm gonna try to control my buzz tonight, so I'm gonna pound 6 beers before I leave this apartment to pregame, instead of drinking any like hard liquor. Bro, I was so full, but them buzzes was nice though.
Yeah, like a whole 6.
No, a whole 6 in like an hour or 45 minutes.
I work with a guy that pound a whole 6 after his shift. He'll be like, I'm going to Santana's next door because they had a grocery store that turned into a club at the end of the night. Y'all remember Santana?
Santana's. Yeah.
And he'll pound a 6 before he drove his Mustang home.
He a wild child.
My guy.
So
nationwide, Jay-Z and Hove just partnered with the NFL. Explain what that means.
Jay-Z and Ho. Oh, so, but anyway, see, as you said, partner with the NFL. He's going to be, like, I guess, a co-producer of the Super Bowl halftime shows and other entertainment. Just entertainment, not opportunities, but just entertainment.
Like,
get it out.
Is he producing like the pre-games or some shit?
No, just anything that's regarding like music entertainment throughout the NFL, whether if it's a preseason game entertainment, whatever, Pro Bowl entertainment. So he's going to be a co-producer of all that type of stuff. But
he's the entertainment monitor.
Right.
Hey,
Tone.
So he going to slap one of that. But no, so not only that, he's also is going to have a role in NFL Inspired Change initiative, which is like basically with the Players Coalition when they were protesting. They came up to that 6-year, $89 million agreement.
Are you happy with this move?
Yeah.
Because Ness Nitty is not.
Like, it's a lot of people that's criticizing Jay-Z for taking this opportunity because they feel like he's taking a check and it's like, fuck Cap. But it's like, what are we just going to continue to fucking kneel and protest?
You've been the advocate of like, what's the next?
Like, what's next? Like, at some point, what's step number 2? And I think this is step number 2. Now, if Jay-Z is taking this position just as like as a check and a photo op, and it's like he's being used by the NFL, then we can criticize him. But I believe Jay-Z is going to hold their feet to the fire. I believe he's going to speak out. everything he's done over the last few years, I don't see how people could complain about this move. And it's like at some point we have to move on from Kaepernick kneeling.
Now, go ahead. Sorry.
And I think he's definitely proved that he's capable of putting their feet to the fire, and he's somebody that you give an opportunity to and say, let's see what you got, ho.
At some point, we gotta understand if we're being hypocrites, because just think about this headline: NFL is partnering with social injustice and halftime entertainment, and the person we're partnering with for social injustice is Adam Levine. You know what I'm saying? You would look at that and be like, what the fuck could he do
Right.
for us about?
Yeah.
So we have to understand that it was going to be a black face. If there's going to be anything about social injustice, you would want a black face. So I don't think Jay-Z deserves a criticism. At some point, you got to start somewhere.
I mean, and think about it, bro. Just to kind of, we say Jay-Z's done a lot, but to specifically mention, he had a hand in the Meek situation, getting him out and getting him off. Yeah. Khalid Broder, dude from New York, who had
21 Savage.
Exactly, 21. And I don't know if he had anything to do with ASAP or not, but he's had his hand in those type of pretty much reforms and justice system situations. So he's done a lot, man, and he's knowledgeable in that area. He knows people that's knowledgeable in that area, and I think stuff is gonna get done. Hopefully, Cap eventually gets an opportunity. So, and I think Cap already kind of said, like, I'm not here to kneel anymore. At this point, my point is proven, but we need to move this forward. So hopefully Jay-Z can get everybody on the same page as far as this is the next step. And he has like a meeting with all the owners, and they all can pretty much agree on something and pretty much start moving forward with what's best for the world and our community.
And I don't see how people knock him. As long as he's, like I said, he is moving the culture forward. He is speaking out. He is, bringing different initiatives, raising awareness against, police brutality and social injustices. As long as he continue to do that, I don't see the problem. And it's just like, and another thing, he formed Reform. That sounds funny, but that's his, like, Rock Nation's departmental arm to fight social injustice. He partnered with Van Jones, who used to work for CNN or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's making the necessary steps to push the culture forward and raise awareness. The problem that I had is with the criticism of Jay-Z for partnering with the NFL is just like some of these woke Negroes need to stay fucking asleep, because we complain all the time about obviously the lack of opportunities, the social injustice, the police brutality, or just even like, let's switch to a different form of entertainment when we talk about movies, how we don't necessarily see our representation on TV or on the big screen. But then when you go make the Black Panther, which is an all black movie, well, Disney's a white owned company. There's white people behind this and white people making money.
And
it's like, bro, it's like, what the fuck y'all want? You know what I'm saying?
I think Cap gets a job this season.
That was my NFL hot take. But you skip forward.
You want another hot take on top of that?
What's that?
And it's gonna be because of Trump.
I don't like that, but whatever. No. He's gonna get the credit. I don't think it's gonna be because of him, but he's gonna get the credit.
He's gonna get the credit because Trump did something different that he hasn't done.
I don't know if he's gonna get the credit. He's gonna take the credit
because he did something different that I haven't seen him do, which is when they asked him if Kaepernick should be in the NFL, Trump normally doubles down and be like, no, if you disrespect our flag, you shouldn't be in the league. This time he said, if he's good enough. Mm-hmm. And by that statement alone, these NFL owners are going to be like, yo, so if we hire him, the heat is not going to come down from the president's chair. Which they were intimidated by the president's chair.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
So the fact that he said if he's good enough, that is now a gateway for Cap to get a job. For sure, yeah.
And kind of how he was talking about people complaining about stuff like, when Get Out came out, Daniel Kaluuya, he was cast as, the lead actor. And they're like, they couldn't hire an American black guy? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
or American Dream was it?
What?
All American. Yeah, him too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with the lead actor in All American. You can't hire a black actor. So now we gonna put Idris Elba on the bench too. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all gotta chill, man. I understand they're from England, but they still face the injustices and the funny looks and the shit that African Americans get. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, the racist white people still view them as the same. They don't give a fuck where they from. You know what I mean? So, y'all gotta cut that shit out.
And I just think people fail to realize, like, what's the bigger picture. Like, at some point, we gotta stop playing fucking checkers. You know what I mean? It's chess, man. It's bigger moves in this move that Jay-Z is making. Not only is he going to be fighting against injustices and things of that nature, but it could also potentially create bigger picture or bigger positions within the NFL. Like, we don't have any black owners in the NFL. I don't think there's even a minority black owner in the NFL. This could be what opens that door. You know what I mean?
So speaking of playing chess and not checkers, like calling and leaving a voice message, you're gonna kill yourself. What is that? What is that? Is that
that's
chess?
That's
Battleship.
That's backgammon.
What's that, chicken? Like, right. When you run your fucking car.
You said that's Sudoku.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's not chess.
Nah,
that's pinochle.
Nah, you dumb as fuck.
That's spades. That's a possible.
Nah.
Come on, man. Where does that fall?
Man, you don't get nothing for that.
Nationwide, to kind of continue what you were saying, the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars are the only two teams with owners that are people of color.
Yeah, my man Shashi, not Shashi, I'm about to say
yeah, okay.
Khan, Jacksonville owner. He's Middle Eastern, I believe, right?
Yes.
And then who's Buffalo?
What's his name?
Shahid Khan and Kim Pagula. She's the Asian American.
Asian, okay, gotcha.
So this news broke and then ended before we can even record about Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Who threatened to retire if he couldn't play with his helmet.
First of all, let's pause right there. Where did you ever see him threaten to retire?
I saw the headline.
The headline. See, that's the problem, is that's the headline. Like, if I'm talking to one of the homies, like, off the record, it's like, man, I'll quit if they don't let me wear my helmet. And we just talking shit. So it's like.
So Antonio threatened to kill himself on voicemail.
No, man.
Is that what he did?
So you get what I'm saying.
Chicken? He played Sudoku with them.
But I think that, my whole argument with that situation was this. His feet are obviously messed up, frostbitten. Therefore, he was injured and he wasn't able to actually participate in practice. So I think when you have a grievance with the NFL, you have to publicly show that you're willing to go to the ends of the world to get your grievance approved. So that's what he tried to do. Even if he's told somebody he would retire, during that time, he's like, look, I need to say that I'm going to retire if I don't get this helmet. Hopefully that convinces them that I'm one of the bigger stars. I was on Madden last year.
Oh, the cover Madden, okay.
Yeah, I was on Madden last year.
There's a bunch of players on Madden.
And, hopefully they give me this helmet and let me wear it. So, obviously it didn't work. And I was telling y'all or other people too, like, as long as he shows up when his feet are fine, I don't care what else he's talking about. So, at this point, he tweeted and said, I disagree with the arbitrator. I think that I should be able to wear my helmet, but they said I couldn't. Pretty much, it's not all about me. It's bigger than me. Pretty much, he's tweeted something like, team this, team that, and I'll be at camp. And so he was at camp yesterday.
Are the Raiders on Hard Knock?
Yes.
You think that has anything to do with it?
With him,
content. I thought it had all to do with content.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, he legit has been wearing that same helmet. I follow this dude on Twitter named Helmet Stalker. It's one of those weird niche things I follow, kind of like UniWatch. Is that before this all even came out, he showed up and the Helmet Stalker caught it and said he's wearing this Shed Advantage helmet that's the newer version and it looks futuristic looking and it looked kind of funny on him. But then, the next practice he showed back up in his normal Shed helmet, Air Advantage, and it was like they kept going back and forth. Like he's tried 3 different helmets, you know, and this was before he messed his feet up, and everything. So it's like, you know, he's been trying, and at this point, he's actually reached out to fans via a tweet saying, "Does anybody have a Shut Air Advantage that was created 2014 and later or something like that?" Which that was kind of just, I think, it was just bullshit. He just interacted with the fans because obviously, man, if he wanted one, he could get his hands on one. They could just go make him one.
Nationwide.
Sound like a prima donna to me. Like, I'm over AB, man. Like, okay, you're gonna threaten, I'm gonna retire, which that's never gonna happen because you retire, they're going back and taking your guaranteed money.
But Nate,
so that's never gonna happen.
Let me ask you this though: if you're in a grievance and you're trying to get them to turn over a rule, if threatening retirement, what's wrong with that? That's no different than threatening I'm holding out, I'm gonna sit out the whole season because I want my contract.
As an NFL, I'm gonna call you a bluff.
Okay, but I'm saying is that you have to wait until the bluff is called, and then at that point you take action to decide if you're gonna play, which he has decided he's gonna play. You know what I mean? So at that point, it's just like he has to stand pat and stand strong on his side of the argument.
Even by making that threat, it makes it seem like you're bigger than the Raiders, you're bigger than the NFL. I'm a threat to retire over a football helmet. But like, you're not the only player whose like helmet that you've been wearing through the course of your career is now banned. Like Aaron Rodgers and fucking not Peyton Manning, Tom Brady are dealing with the same issue. Like I'm not gonna put that threat out. If anything, I'm gonna try to argue my reasons on why I want to continue to wear the current helmet. I'm not gonna threaten to retire. And then it came out that. Maybe this is just a rumor. I don't know if these is true or if this was his really his words. But he basically said, "I'm gonna sue or hold the NFL liable if I get a concussion wearing these new helmets." It's like, yo, bro, like, the fuck are you complaining about? They put this helmet rule in place to keep you in the most up to date with the latest technology in the helmets to keep you safe. So like. And it's not like it's just only 3 options. There's still a variety of helmets, 20 to 30, that you can choose from to find one that like suits you the best. Like you talking about, I just don't like it, man. Like and just coming like seeing what he did in Pittsburgh. I know he had some beef with.
Would you say are you a company guy?
Am I a company guy? No, I'm not. I'm
but
always
you just don't want like players just doing shit just for the sake of doing shit.
Like I mean. Give me a valid argument. Like if you're underpaid and like, bro, I'm a top performer, top 5 receiver, and I'm making $1 million, like Mike Thomas with the Saints, I'm all on your side. I'm fighting for you.
Hold on. Repeat that part.
It's like if you're grossly underpaid and you're top performer, like Michael Thomas.
Okay.
He's a top 5 receiver. He's making $1 million a year.
Yeah.
He held out for more pay. I'm for that. I'm on your side for that. But when we're talking about a football helmet, like, bro. Like you got a $100 million contract and you talking about threatening to retire over a football helmet? Fuck out of here! I ain't trying to hear that bullshit.
But Nate, bro. All right, I have a prime example of this. Just high school football, Nate. You would never, if me and you switched helmets on accident, you would know for sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If we switched, you wouldn't practice in my helmet voluntarily.
Bad example.
No, he wouldn't though.
No, I wouldn't.
Right.
But that helmet is fitted for you. This helmet would be fitted for AB. It's just not the same one he's had.
Okay, but the thing about it is that same helmets fit different, bro.
True.
Exactly. So, one, he's a receiver, and he claims that the reason he wanted to not wear the new helmet was it blocks his vision. Because there is, I guess, extra padding and it protrudes further out
some of them,
on his face.
Some of them.
So if he's used to wearing Shut, used to hooping in Nikes, you ain't gonna be like, I'm about to hoop in these Asics.
Okay, so you're in the NFL, bro. Like they give you 20, 30 helmets that you can choose from. You can go down the line and figure out which one you like.
It don't matter,
like,
bro.
I ain't trying to hear you cry,
bro. He been in the league.
Like if you want to make this equivalent to high school, this is like you saying I'm gonna quit high school football because I don't got a Deion Sanders face mask. You know,
no, it's not.
I'm quit.
That's not equivalent. No, it's not, bro.
I would definitely quit over a Deion. Like, give me my. I'm a senior. I need my Deion.
I almost quit, but my jersey number.
Right,
Lack, I'm on
right.
your ass, pussy.
Right.
But
Next pool
John,
party.
you too.
They tried that. They did pull one.
I don't know what they was on, bruh.
They did.
Brother hurt his shoulder. Tony wear my number in the scrimmage against not Mount Healthy, but who was that black and red team? Big as fuck.
Harmony.
Harmony. Talking about I look good in this 5 don't. I'm like, nah, don't get no ideas. So then John rolled out of my shit one day. I'm like, nope, ain't happening. So
Guess how he got it back, y'all?
stole it.
He threatened to kill himself. I'm sorry. We just stop making a mockery of that shit. I'm
But nah.
sorry, bro. But that's been the theme.
But not nationwide though. He's an all-pro receiver, top
Facts.
3 for sure.
Yeah.
And he's been wearing the same helmet all 8 of his years in the league, and probably prior to that in college. So my thing is, bruh, professional athletes are a creature of habit. So if you're trying to break that up, and you want to do everything in your power, you gonna take every step and every measure to try to keep these things the same, but. So you can't knock him for trying.
No, I'm not knocking him.
But you are knocking
I'm
him.
not
You said he's
knocking
a
him
prima donna for trying.
No, he is a prima donna for the fucking reasoning he used. I'm not knocking him
What
for
is
trying.
the reasoning?
I'm a
He can't
fucking
see.
retire if I don't get to wear my helmet.
He never. Okay, he never said that. There's no proof, bruh. Like same thing with LeBron. All that shit that comes out, LeBron be like, bro, I'm at the gym.
Evidence of absence.
LeBron be like, I'm at the gym, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they were just talking about he hasn't been to the facility. So we know
based off
for
the story
sure,
that was released, that's what the story was released, is that he threatened to retire. So you got to deal with what you know. In the words of Shannon Sharp, deal with what we know. That's the story that came out, and I agree with you. We don't know whether it's facts.
But even if he said that shit, he could say what he want to say as long as the Raiders know the real. They knew he wasn't gonna fucking retire. That's why John Gruden backed him.
I think John
Now, if he
Gruden
said-
backed him because he had to. Like, I think John Gruden, like,
Facts,
man,
he
what
did
the
have
fuck
to.
is he talking about, bro? If he don't get his ass in training camp.
And
Like,
run
I think
his
that's
wild
what,
banana.
Yeah, I think that's what John Gruden really wanted to say, but he can't say that because he's dealing with a prima donna.
Now, if AB says that and he's still wearing a Steeler jerseys, do you feel the same?
Yes, I always backed AB. I've never had an issue with him. I'm not a Bengals fan, and Reese's a Steelers fan. So it's like I would never have a reason to not fuck with him. You know what I mean? So I'm just giving you reasons on why.
Yeah.
Like I have no ill will towards him. So,
I think he's a great receiver, obviously, and I think he has a like. If he want to fight to continue to wear the helmet, he's been wearing throughout his career. I'm good with that. But don't threaten no bullshit. Like
Nate.
I'm a retire, bro. You got a $100 million contract. You're not walking away from that.
Nate wants a thorough reason.
Like, give me a real reason. Don't give me some
but
fake shit
he
that
did.
you're never gonna do.
He did give her other reasons.
Yeah, after the fact.
Not after the
Well,
fact.
his reason wasn't he was going to retire.
That's
his
not a
action,
reason.
The action was I'll retire.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
a reason.
that's
The
not a reason.
reason was the vision.
But don't even put that action out there. just say, man, it's blocking my. If he really just came out and said like, bro, this helmet is blocking my vision. I don't like the fit. And shit like that. Okay, then I understand
But
that.
what I'm
Don't
saying,
put that
Nate, is
action out there.
he's quoted saying it's blocking my vision. There's footage of that.
And
There's
leave
no
it at that.
footage of him saying I'll retire. Okay?
I mean, I'm just
All
going
right,
based off
so
what we have.
miss me with the
We're
bullshit.
going based off what we have.
Meet me week 1. He gonna be on y'all ass.
Yeah, okay, he ain't gonna play.
Yeah.
Those fucking false business.
Yeah.
We always end intense, baby. I love it.
But hang on, don't end it yet. The Madden curse has reached a brand new level. One of the production companies, bro, on the Madden is Frostbite, and it's on the cover. Look that shit up. That's crazy.
AB, your toes was destined to be frostbitten.
Shout out to friends.
Fucking toes out of here.
Hey, look, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to us. Today was, in my opinion, an amazing show. I hope y'all agree. If y'all agree, go ahead and drop a like on our IG or hit our DM. You know, whatever you want to do, we appreciate it all. I'm Johnny Will. Sorry, before I say that, if y'all gonna hit our IG, is the.itl. That's on Instagram, the.itl. I'm Johnny Will. I'm signing out.
Yo, this is Nationwide Nate. I'm out this motherfucker.
It's Cartier King, man. Follow me at King Meets DYT on all social networks. Again, the.itl is the handle for the pod's IG. So hit that up, man. If you personally follow me, man, please go follow that page. It's always some good content on there. We live today, man. We got our video flowing, so definitely check the YouTube. We're going to put that link in the bio, so check that out. We're going to be posting snippets, you know what I mean, from the show. So be looking for those too. And we always appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Y'all make it worth it. Getting the feedback definitely keeps us going. 100+ episodes here. So, like I always say, man, everybody got a voice, bro. We just decided to be heard. ITL out.
The streets told me it was a problem. Problem, you gotta say my name, nigga. You know what?
Cannon.
I'm all over the place like dog shit.
Cannon.
Matter of fact, I'ma help you out.
Step back.